students. So today we are going to start with the experimental chemistry. ठीक है जी? Experimental chemistry में So what is the experimental chemistry and what we are going to study in it? In the experimental chemistry, you people are going to be taught about the mass, volume, temperature, and collection of gases, and then methods of purification. That how could you purify different impure substances? Okay, all these things, they are included in the experimental chemistry. Okay, so let's start with the experimental chemistry. Okay, so so the first thing that we are going to start, that is mass. Okay, so what is mass? Anybody has got the idea about mass? Come on, guys. It's a very simple thing.
Sir, the amount of molecules in an object?
The amount of molecules, that's perfect. Anyone else? Sorry? The amount of matter present in a substance, that's perfect as well. Okay, so molecules are actually matter, beta. Okay, so these are the same things. Okay, so if you want to define the mass, okay, so the amount of matter present in a substance is called mass. So matter and molecules, they are the same thing. Molecules, they are actually the matter in a broader sense. Okay, so the amount of matter present in a substance, that is called as the mass. Okay, so mass, this is same as you have done in your physics. Its units, they are gram. Okay, the second thing, that is kilogram, and then ton. Okay, so these are the units of the mass. Okay, and keep remember, my dear students, that 1 kilogram, that is equal to 10 raised power 3 gram, and 1 ton, that is equal to 10 raised power 6 gram. Okay, so you should know how to convert all of these values by that. Okay, the next thing, that is its measurement. That how could you measure the mass? Its measurement, mass could be measured by means of the balances. Okay, so there are the two types of the balances. The first balance, that is the physical balance, and the second one, that is digital balance. Okay, the physical balance, it has got the accuracy. Its accuracy is 1 gram. Accuracy is 1 gram, mean that you can at least measure 1 gram with the help of the physical balance. If the amount that is less than 1 gram, okay, like 0.1 gram, 0.2 gram, it is less than 1 gram. So you cannot use the physical balance. Physical balance can only measure best up till 1 gram or more than that, not in the quantity like in points. Okay, and digital balance, its accuracy is 1 divided by 1000 gram. 1 divided by 1000 gram means 0.001 gram. So if I make you understand about this one, if you take 1 gram quantity, just listen it. If you take 1 gram quantity, cut it into 1,000 equal parts and take one part from it and put it on the digital balance, so it will measure it. Okay, so it is more accurate. It is going to give you the reading in the digital way, okay, in the numbers, that it is 0.001 gram. Okay, so it can measure very small quantities. Okay, so its accuracy, that is 1 divided by 1,000 gram. It means if you cut 1 gram into 1,000 equal parts, so then you can measure that one part with the help of the digital balance. Okay, so this is all about the mass. The second thing we are going to study, that is the volume. Okay, what is the volume? The amount of space that a substance occupies. Okay, let's suppose if you see that duster, it is going to occupy this one, you know, its length is this one, width is this one, height is this one. So all these things, that is called as the volume. So the amount of space that a substance occupies, that is called as the volume. So the amount of space that a substance occupies is called volume. Okay. Now, my dear students, if you want to, what are the units of the volume? Okay. So the units of the volume, they are cm
Centimeter cube.
dm cube and cubic meter. Okay. So this dm cube, that is going to show you the liter. I think you have listened the value liter. 1 liter petrol. So 1 liter means 1 dm cube. Okay, and just like that, this is milliliter. Milliliter. Okay, so keep remember, you should use the units in that way. Don't remember them in liters. In your chemistry, these type of the units, they are being used: cm cube, dm cube, and cubic meter. And keep remember that 1 cubic meter is equal to 10 raised power 3 dm cube, and 1 cubic meter is equal to 10 raised power 6 cm cube, and 1 dm cube, that is equal to 10 raised power 3 cm cube. So these are the different methods by which, my dear students, you can interconvert the different things of the volume. Okay. Okay, the next thing, that is the measurement of volume. That how could you measure the volume? Now keep remember, my dear students, in your chemistry, you use different solutions like acid, it is liquid in form. Alkali, that is also liquid. Okay, so different things you measure, they are always in liquid form. Okay, so to measure the liquid quantity, the different instruments, they are being used, and how accurate those instruments are, we are going to discuss them. So please take a screenshot of it if you want to take it. Can I rub it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, beta. So the first instrument that is used to measure the volume, that is beaker. The shape of the beaker, it's like that. And it has got different marks on it. Okay. So keep remember, my dear students, the beaker, it measures Just listen, it measures approximate volume. The word approximate means that it is unable to measure the accurate volume. Let's suppose if this beaker that is of 1000 cm cube. Okay. So 1000 cm cube. If you put the water inside it up till that mark, so it's not necessary that the water should be exactly 1000 cm cube. It could be little bit less than 1000 cm cube. Maybe it should be 997 cm cube, 3 cm cube less, or it may be little bit greater than 1000 cm cube. Maybe it should be 1002 cm cube. Okay, so beaker actually measures the approximate volume. If you are in hurry and you want to, just approximate volume, then you can use a beaker. Otherwise, beaker that is not used in any measurement. Okay, so beaker, so just write it down. It measures approximate volume. Not the accurate volume. So approximate word, I have told you that approximate word mean that maybe the volume should be 1000 cm cube. If you have taken water, it may be a little bit more, 1002 or 1003, or it may be a little bit less, like 997, 998. Okay, so it measures approximate volume. Okay, near to it, you can say. So there should be little bit less or little bit more. Okay, volume, whatever the quantity that is written on the beaker. Okay, so this is your first instrument. Okay, but it's not the accurate one. Don't use this instrument to measure any volume. Keep remember that. Okay. The second thing that we are going to use, that is the measuring cylinder. Yeah, cylinder. So measuring cylinder, my dear, it's a long cylinder which is little bit thin than the beaker. Beaker is wide. It's a thin thing. Okay, and it has got the different marks on it. Okay, so this measuring cylinder, my dear, it measures the accurate volume to the nearest 1 cm cube. 1 cm cube means that minimum amount of volume that could be measured by the measuring cylinder, that is 1 cm cube. If the volume is not in points, if you want to measure 76 cm cube, you should use measuring cylinder. If you want to measure 52 cm cube, use this one. If you want to measure 100 cm cube, use this one, because it measures the accurate volume to the nearest 1 cm cube. It means not in points. Okay, if you want to measure like 90.6, you cannot use this one. Okay, it can measure only the accurate volume to the nearest 1 cm cube, not in points. Okay, so just write it down. It measures accurate volume nearest 1 cm cube. Okay, so this is about the measuring cylinder. Okay, so if your volume that is in whole number, okay, so you can use this measuring cylinder. Okay, the next thing, my dear students, that is the pipette. So pipette, I think I have told you this stuff. If you people have studied the acid and base with me, I have told you this thing up there in the titration, acid, base and salt. I have told you. Pipette is actually a tube which is very thin from its both ends. In the center, it is little bit fatty, and on the other end, it is also very thin. and its both ends they are open like that. Okay, and the value written up here like 25 cm cube. Okay, and it has got just one mark. This is the only mark on it. This measuring cylinder has got many marks. This beaker has got many marks, but this pipette, my dear student, it has got just one mark on it. Okay, so pipette, it measures accurate volume, but the fixed volume of a liquid. Fixed volume means whatever the value is written, it can measure only this value, not less than that, not more than that. It can only measure 25, that's it. It can't measure 24, it can't measure 30, it can't measure 20. It can only measure 25 cm cube, whatever the value is written on it. If you fill the liquid up till that level, okay, this mark, so that thing would be 25 cm cube. Okay, and I've told you that the pipette, if you want to fill it, its both ends are open. Okay, so if you want to fill the liquid inside the pipette, so what should you do? Let's suppose this is the liquid, I want to fill it. Okay, so there are the two methods of filling the pipette. The first method, just put this and there, this mark one thing, put it in your mouth. Okay, and
suck it.
put it into the liquid. Okay, and now suck it. So when liquid will start rising, so when it will come little bit above than that, then what should you do? You are sucking it, you should put your thumb on it like that. Okay, now what should you do? The liquid is little bit above on it. Now lose your thumb very slowly. So what would happen? The liquid will start coming out. As it reaches at this point, have a look up here. This is the mark. So keep remember the lower meniscus. The liquid is always present like that. So it's lower meniscus, this surface. It shouldn't be like that. If this is the mark, okay, it shouldn't be like that. Not this thing. This thing should be measured. So this thing will, when it will come up here, you should make your thumb like that. Okay, and then if you want to transfer it in anything, just open your thumb, it will go directly into that particular thing. But that process of Desi method, that is little bit dangerous. Why? Because if you are going to fill the acid or something dangerous thing in it, and you are not used to with the use of pipette, okay, so if you are going to suck it in a hurry way, maybe the liquid could go into your mouth and can damage your mouth. So that is why, my dear, we can't use the Desi method for that. So what we do, we use a safety bulb.
Sucker.
It's a safety bulb, or this one is also called as the pipette filler. Okay, so pipette filler, it has got different buttons on it. Okay, so I have told you it has got the three buttons. The first button is A, the second one is S, the third one, that is E. So first of all, we should press the A button. It's just like a rubber ball. Just put the A and just push it. So it's a rubber ball, the air will go from it. So it will be like in that position, in a push position, okay, without air. Now, what should you do? You should enter into the liquid, put the S for suck. So it will start sucking the liquid inside it. When it will reach up till that point, stop the S button. Now, press the E button, E for empty. So the liquid which is being entered inside it, it could be emptied into the container in which you want to transfer it. Okay. So keep remember, my dear, pipette can only measure the accurate but the fixed volume of a liquid. Okay. So it measures.
एक सवाल है
जी बोलिए
सर, पिपेट का फायदा क्या है अगर एक की वॉल्यूम मेजर करता है?
बेटा पिपेट का फायदा ये है कि ये बहुत एक्यूरेट वॉल्यूम देता है। आपके जो टाइट्रेशन के जो क्वेश्चंस होते हैं ना, उसमें आपको वॉल्यूम 25 चाहिए होता है। तो इसमें चीज को भरते हुए, ठीक है, वो टाइम काफी लगता है। इसमें डायरेक्ट जनाब फिल करो और फिल करके ट्रांसफर कर दो, स्पीडी काम हो जाता है। यू गॉट इट? but it can
जी
only
सर
measure the 25 cm cube, not less than that, not more than that. So it measures
जी सर
the exact volume, but fixed volume of liquid. And keep remember, sometimes the pipettes they are of 10 cm cube, some pipettes they are in 25 cm cube, and some pipettes are of 50 cm cube. But in your syllabus, mostly 25 cm cube pipettes they are being used. Okay, so you should remember 25 cm cube. So in the paper, if he is going to ask you that if you want to measure 25 cm cube, you could use this
सर
one. Yes, beta.
सर पेपर में अक्सर क्वेश्चन आता है कि सबसे ज्यादा एक्यूरेट कौन सा ऑपरेटस है कुछ मेजर करने के लिए, तो सर तो हम वहाँ वो क्वेश्चन थोड़ा सा
थोड़ा
कंफ्यूजिंग
सा
होता
टाइम
तो
देंगे, जब ये सारे खत्म कर लूंगा ना आपको खुद ही समझ आ जाएगी बेटा। मैं ये सारे समझा दूं पहले, क्या नहीं?
ओके सर
थैंक यू बेटा, you will get it, don't you worry. Okay my dear, the next one, the fourth instrument that we are going to use, that is the burette. Burette is normally of 50 cm cube. Okay, so burette is a long tube like that. It is thin at its one end like that, and that thin end has got a tap. It's a lock or a tap on its one end, and it has got the marks on it. The 0 is present on that way, and 50 is present up here. So you always have to measure the liquid in that sense. You fill the liquid up here, empty it from here, the liquid will go down, okay, and you can measure the volume of the liquid up here. So this thing is the most accurate. Why? Because only one instrument which can measure the volume in points, that is burette. If you want to measure 28.2, so 0.2 mean your mind should always go to the burette, because nothing could measure the reading in the point. So this is the only instrument, my dear, it can measure the 10th part of 1 cm cube. If you have got 1 cm cube, divide it in 10 equal parts. Okay, so the 10th part, if you take, if one part out of that 10th part, you can use burette to measure it. Okay, so whenever the readings they are present in points, you have to use the burette. So this is the most efficient and most perfect thing for measuring the volume of the liquid, okay, in points, that is burette. Okay, so it measures accurate volume to nearest 0.1 cm cube. 0.1 cm cube means 1 over 10 cm cube. The 10th part of 1 cm cube, it could measure it. Okay, my dear, the next instrument that we are going to use, that is the measuring flask. Measuring flasks, they are of 50 cm cube, 100 cm cube, 500 cm cube, and 1000 cm cube. So they are of many different volumes. So this measuring flask, it's like that. Have a look up here. So this is having a long neck. Okay, so its one end is open, and it is also having just one mark on it, just one mark. So if something is having only one mark, so it means it can measure only the fixed volume, but accurate volume. Okay, so whatever the quantity is written, let's suppose this measuring flask is of 100 cm cube. So it can measure only 100 cm cube, not less than that, not more than that. It's just like a pipette, you can say. Okay, so if you fill the liquid up till that level, okay, so it means the volume of the liquid that is 100 cm cube. It cannot measure the volume. Yeah.
Just the measuring flask also has a fixed volume about like 100 centimeter cube, like the pipette. Is it?
Yeah, it's
It can only
100, not less than that, not.
yes, like just like the pipette.
Yeah, it's just like a pipette, the same thing. It measures the
Yes, sir.
exact volume, but fixed volume of a liquid. Okay, not less than
Yes,
that,
sir.
not more than that. Okay, so it measures exact but fixed volume of a liquid like pipette. Pipette is actually used to measure only 25 cm cube, little bit amount of the liquid. But this thing is used to measure large amount of the liquid, okay, within a few seconds. Okay, so that is why it has got just one mark, but it measures fixed volume, not less than that, not more than that. Now my question for all of you, let's suppose if I want to measure 96 cm cube, which instrument should I use? Come on. 96.
Yes, sir.
Sir, be right.
Measuring cylinder.
Measuring cylinder. Measuring cylinder. Simple as that idea. Measuring cylinder. Because 96, that is a whole number. So don't use this unit. Use this one. Now, if you want to measure 25 cm cube, so you could use
Pipette.
Don't write the measuring cylinder at that time. Okay, so if he specify you the volume 25 cm cube, use pipette. Don't give the preference to the. If he say measure 24 cm cube, then use the measuring cylinder. And if he is going to say you let's suppose 46.5 cm cube, so you should use
Pipette.
Okay, so if you want to measure 1000 cm cube, so measuring flask, that is the more accurate thing for the large quantity of water, fixed volume. Okay, for 50, 100, 500, 1000. You got it? But if you write the measuring standard, that's not wrong. Okay, so you can use both of them. Can I rub it, guys?
तो सर बीकर किस काम का?
बीकर बेटा बताया तो है कि ये अप्रोक्सीमेट वॉल्यूम मेजर करता है माय डियर. अगर तुम्हें कोई बहुत ही जल्दी है, इतना टाइम तुम्हारे पास नहीं है कि तुम पूरा एक्यूरेटली मेजर करते रहो, ठीक है, तो वो उसका तरीका ये होता है भाई, बीकर लेके जल्दी से डाल के चीज उसमें तो वो कर लेते हो. अदरवाइज इट्स नॉट यूज्ड फॉर मेजरमेंट. पहले बता रहा हूँ.
ठीक हो गया.
कैन आई रब इट?
Yes, sir.
Okay, my dear students, the next thing we are going to start. That was number 5 or 6? Number 5. The sixth thing, my dear, that is the plastic syringe. Okay, my dear. If you people have visited the doctor, sometimes doctors, they are going to give you the injection. So whatever the syringe they are going to use, that is actually the plastic syringe. Plastic syringe has got a needle. Okay. So if to fill the liquid, the space that is very, very small, okay, then you can use the plastic syringe. It can measure the accurate volume, okay, for the small amount of the liquid, okay. But this is used for very, very small amount of the liquid, like 1 cm cube.
3 cc,
Sorry.
3
Yes.
centimeter cubes, sir, and 5 centimeter cubes.
Yeah, 3 cm cube, 2 cm cube. The doctors, if you
And
go visit the doctor, doctor said 2 cc injection. Cc means cm cube. Okay, centimeter.
yes, sir.
Okay, so
Yes, sir.
accurate but small amount of liquid to nearest 1 cm cube. Okay, the last one, my dear, that is the gas syringe. Gas syringe is an instrument which is just like a syringe, but that syringe, my dear, that is made up of glass. Okay, so its piston that is also made up of glass. So this one is made up of glass. Okay, so if you want to fill the, so this one has got many marks on it like that. So normally, my dear students, as you know that gases, they are normally colorless. You are unable to see the gases. So in an experiment, if a gas is produced and you want to check that how much volume of gas is being produced. So what should you do? Let's suppose this is the reaction. This is the place where the two things are reacting. Okay. So what should you do? You should take a delivery tube from here and join it with that place. Okay. So the gas produced will go up here, goes inside it. This piston is present up here. So gas will goes inside it, press that piston. This piston is made up of glass, not rubber. The rubber piston is very difficult to move inside that plastic sling, but that glass piston that can easily move. If little bit gas will come and press it, it will go behind, and whatever the place that is being seen empty up here, you can use these marks to see that how much volume of the gas that is being produced. Okay, so this gas range, it measures the exact volume of gases. Accurate volume of gases only. You got it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Got it.
Okay, my dear students. So this is about the volume. Okay, now we are going to start. This is the end of the volume. Now we are going to start with the temperature. Okay, beta, what is the temperature? So there are the two terms. Most of the people, they get confused with it. The one term that is heat. Okay, the second term that is temperature.
Melting point.
Anyone has got the idea what is the difference between heat and temperature?
The temperature cold भी हो सकता है.
Cold भी हो सकता है, ठीक है?
Sir,
About heat.
sir, temperature, room temperature को भी vary कर सकता है. It can be normal, it can be high, but heat is a stable temperature. वो गर्म ही रहता है. It's heated. Heat cannot be cooled.
Heat cannot be cooled. Okay, that's fine. Anyone else? I'm not satisfied yet. This is the physics thing, beta. I'm asking you the physics thing. I'm not asking you something special. So temperature is actually the degree of hotness or coldness of a substance. You just touch anything, it should be hot, it should be cold. So that degree of hotness, at which point it is hot or at what point it is cold, that is called as the temperature. Whereas what is the heat? Heat is actually the type of energy, okay, and it always moves from a place of its high concentration to a place of its lower concentration. Keep remember that. Okay, so heat is a different thing. Temperature, that is a different thing. Okay, so the degree of hotness or coldness of a substance is called temperature. Okay, and its units, they are three, that is degree Celsius, degree Fahrenheit, and Kelvin. With Kelvin, you don't write the degree word. Okay, so degree Celsius, degree Fahrenheit, and Kelvin, and its measurement could be done by means of a thermometer. Okay, you can do it with the help of the thermometer. Okay, and thermometer, they may be of degree Celsius, they may be of Fahrenheit, they may be of Kelvin. So depend on which scale they are made up of. So we don't have to go into the details that how can we change degree Celsius into Fahrenheit. These type of the questions, they don't come in your paper. You just need to know only the temperature, its units, and how could we measure it, that is thermometer. In chemistry, you should know only that. Okay. Okay, guys, can I rub full of this stuff?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
खत्म हो गया? 6 मिनट में फिर अगली चीज खत्म ही नहीं होगी. चलिए, that's it for today, बेटा. It's okay then. We'll start. Please, everybody should be. Listen, everybody should be in the class on time tomorrow, because the tomorrow's topic, that is the collection of gas, due to which I have done this whole topic, because these were the simple things. The most emphasis, that is the collection of gases, that how could you collect different gases. So that is very important, because most of the people, they don't understand about it. Okay, so please, everybody should be on time. Have a nice time. Take care of yourself. Allah Hafiz.